Deuteronomy chapter 11. Let us listen carefully to the instructions of Yahweh. And you shall love Yahweh your Father and keep his charge, his death, his statutes, his judgment, and his commandment. Remember this day that your children were not the one who have known and experienced the chastening and the discipline of Yahweh your Father, or his greatness, his mighty hand, and his chestnut, his signs, his act, he performed in the midst of Egypt, the Pharaoh king of Egypt, and to all Israel. What he did to the Egyptian army, to their horses and chariots, how he made the water of the sea of reed flow over them as they were pursuing him. And how Yahweh brought lasting destruction upon them to this day. What he did for you in the wilderness until you came to this place. And what he did to Nathan and to Abiram, the son of Elah, the son of Reuben. How the earth opened his mouth right in the midst of all Israel and swallowed them up, along with all their household and their tent and every living thing that belonged to them. But it was your own eyes that saw every one of these great acts Yahweh have done. Therefore, you must keep every command I give you today, that you may be strong and go in and take possession of the land you cross over to possess, and so that you may prolong your days in the land Yahweh vowed and oath to give to your father, to them and their descendants, a land flowing with righteousness. The land you go to possess is not like the land of Egypt. You came where you planted your seed and watered my food, as you would a vegetable garden. But the land you are crossing the Jordan to take possession of it, a land of mountains and valleys, a land that drink water from the rain of Shemayim. It's the land Yahweh your Father cared for. The eyes of Yahweh your fathers are always upon it, from the beginning of the year to the very end of the year. And it shall be, if you diligently obey my command I give you this day, to love Yahweh your Father and to serve him with all your hearts, with all your deeds, then I will give the rain for your land in season, the early rains in the fall of the year, and the latter rain in the spring of the year, so you may gather in your grain, your new wine, and your oil. And I will send grass in your field for your livestock, so you may eat and be filled. Take it, be very careful, or your heart be deceived, and you will turn away and serve God and worship him. And Yahweh hunger will burn against you, and he will shut up Shemayim, so there will be no rain, and the land will yield no produce, and you will quickly perish from the rich land Yahweh is giving you. Store up these commandments of mine in your hearts and in your being, and bind them as a sign upon your hands, that they may be as fronted between your eyes. You shall teach them to your children, and speak of them when you sit in your house, and when you walk the road, when you lie down, and when you rise. You shall write them on the door frame of your houses and on your gates. So your days and the days of your children may be numbered, like the day of Shemayim above the earth, in the land which Yahweh vowed and oath to your fathers to give you. If you carefully observe and to do all these commandments I given to you to follow, to love Yahweh your Father, to walk in all his ways, and to hold fast to him, then Yahweh will drive out all these nations from in front of you, and you will dispossess nations larger and stronger than you. Every place the sole of your foot tread shall be yours, from the wilderness to Lebanon, from the river Euphrates to the western sea. No man one will be able to stand against you. Yahweh will put the dread of you and the fear of you upon the whole land, just as he has said. You, I am setting in front of you today a blessing and a curse. The blessing if you obey the commandments of Yahweh your Father, which I have given you this day. Or the curse if you do not obey the commandments of Yahweh your Father and turn aside from the way I am setting in front of you to follow after God. You have not known. When Yahweh your Father has brought you in the land you are entering to possess, you shall proclaim this blessing and known heresy, and this curse and known evil. These mountains are on the other side of Yahweh, towards the west, in the land of the Canaan, who lives in Arabia, in the vicinity of Gilgal, beside the great tree of Moreh. For you will cross over Jordan and go in to possess the land Yahweh Father has given you, and you will take it and live it. And you must be careful to observe and to do all these statutes and judgments of His command, which I set in front of you this day.